when I look back over my career and think of some of the guys that I've had battles with in the ring and driving down the roads with and sharing rooms with, and guys that touch me in a lot of different ways and lighten my life, enrich my life as a person and career. Chris Benoit is one of those guys. I had the distinct honor of meeting Chris in the early mid-90s over in Japan, while working for New Japan, and at that time another gentleman by the name of Eddie Guerrero joined us. That was the beginning of a 15-year friendship. A time of leaning on each other, being there for ups and downs, goods and bads, and supporting each other in and out of the ring as people, family problems, issues that you have in life. Chris was always a guy I could talk to. There's very few people in the wrestling world that really got to know Chris. Chris is a very private person. A lot of times Chris stayed to himself. It's funny, I remember times myself and Eddie and a gentleman by the name of Scott Norton who worked for us in New Japan, we nicknamed Chris Houdini because at times he would just disappear in the middle of a conversation. Chris was just that kind of guy. It was always funny for me when guys who never met Chris would see just the way he was, and they thought he was a little bit arrogant or just a little bit odd. And I would just tell them that's just the way Chris is. You just I accepted Chris for what he was. As a person, as a friend, I feel honored and privileged to spend some 15 years with him in and out of the ring. As an opponent, there's nothing better than being in a ring and having somebody that pushes you, somebody that tries to take you to that next level, and I think Chris did that for me and so many other opponents. Chris is so unselfish when it came to working with young talent and really helping them home in on their skills. So many young guys in the business should feel very fortunate that they got an opportunity to watch Chris Benoit, to get in the ring, that they learn from probably one of the greatest wrestlers I ever had an opportunity to be in the ring with and share my life with. It's ironic, in a 2-year time span, losing two of my closest friends, one being Eddie Guerrero, one being Chris Benoit. I always said that the original three amigos were not the suplexes in the ring. It was myself, Eddie, and Chris. We laughed about it at times. Fans of Chris, I want to send my condolences to them. When you watch Chris work, it was just, he was a machine. He was nonstop, pedal to the metal, just gave it everything he had, 120% every single night. He was a consummate pro at what he did. He will be missed. He left a legacy in this business. He left young guys, young and up-and-coming talent, somebody to model themselves after. My greatest gift to Chris was giving him the crippler crossface when he was asking me when he was looking for a submission hold to use as a finishing hold. And I guess knowing my reputation of knowing so many holds, I put that on loan to Chris. And he always brought that up and brought that to my attention. Chris will be missed by all wrestling fans all over the world. Chris had an extensive career over in Japan, Stampede Wrestling up in Calgary, WCW, ECW, WWE. There's so many fans that he touched out there. So many great matches that he had, from Bret Hart to Finlay, to William Regal, to Eddie Guerrero, to Rey Mysterio. There's just so many great matches. On a personal level, I'll miss his friendship. I'll miss his quietness. I guess the one thing that I can hold on to, that I know my two closest friends that I spent 15 years with are now together, arguing. Chris, I'll miss you. I love you as a friend, as a brother in a fraternity that we share in the wrestling business. I'll never forget you.